We're gonna we're gonna do a non-spoilers talk about the new one.
Fuck it, let's do spoilers. Let's do spoilers. This will be out for like another week, so we'll do spoilers. It's
I I,
Saturday. It's
I was gonna
Saturday as
upload it Sunday
fuck it.
tomorrow.
Just skip to whatever code. Don't listen to this.
Okay, so there
So
might be some
we got.
spoilers.
I didn't like that. It's like here's the first 8 minutes of Mortal Kombat. I'm not watching your 8 minutes of Mortal Kombat because I'm going to want to watch it the entire time.
You mean when they did when they premiered watched the first 8 minutes before the movie came out?
Watching that, I'm going
I,
to wait.
I agree. I did the same thing and waited. And what I loved about the beginning, it's basically Scorpion's storyline from the first game. When you
Everybody what they wanted. We wanted more Scorpion and Sub Zero.
well, what I was going to say is after playing through the first game and reading the storyline for Scorpion, that's exactly what happens in the new movie when it
Okay.
takes place back in feudal Japan. I love the fact that it's Chinese and Japanese language mixed because one is from a Chinese clan, one's from a Japanese clan, and it they nailed it as far as who Scorpion Sub Zero were, and it was very accurate to the original game, which I thought was great. And then in the end, when Scorpion comes back, spoilers, and he talks about climbing through hell and everything, and then bringing him back and his family bloodline's still there and getting his revenge. That's exactly what's the ending for Scorpion in the game. So I thought
Exactly.
that was perfect.
And here's the thing: even if you've only seen the trailer, half of the stuff in the trailer is the stuff at the end of the movie with the Sub Zero and Scorpion fight. It's just like this is all the end of the movie. They just got rid of all that stuff.
So we're gonna jump around a little bit here. So exactly what you're saying, Nick. I thought Scorpion wasn't in the movie enough.
No, because it focuses now on his new on a new character named Cole, who's an MMA fighter. Who I was checking to make sure because I did not play Mortal Kombat 11. I think the new one is I'm just going to call it Mortal Kombat 12.
I thought the new one's 11.
Okay, 10. I didn't play Mortal Kombat X enough. But like Mortal Kombat X had a whole thing where it was a lot of the offspring and the kids of the new there were new characters. So we had Jackie Bridge and Jackie Biggs and Cassie Cage. Mm-hmm. So this is basically Scorpion's lineage, like his great grandson, kind of, I guess, right?
Yeah, and what drove me nuts, we talked about this a little bit before we started recording. There's a scene where Goro is sent to Scorpion's lineage, the MMA fighter. Colt, yep, the real one, to fight, basically to try to kill his daughter and wife. And he starts to find his, what do they call it? Their kana?
I call it Makana. If you have the Mortal Kombat tattoo, it means you're chosen, and you will have a power that you have it. So Liu Kang's got fire, and I don't know about you, but they keep, like I said, they keep it close to the game. So Shang Tsung kills Kung Lao, and I'm going forward, high kick. Come on, do the kick. He does do the cartwheel kick though. Yeah, we get the bicycle kick, thankfully.
So Colt hasn't had his power come out yet, and there's a scene where all of a sudden you could see him. He starts to build rage, and Goro is leaving him behind, and he's about to go after Goro's family. And in my mind, I'm thinking, holy shit, he's going to do the come over here with the spear and basically become Scorpion. And no, instead he grows this gold muscle armor and these two, what are those sticks? Almost like police.
Tonpas.
Yeah.
Tonpas.
And then runs over and starts fighting Goro. I'm sitting there thinking, what the hell? That could have been the perfect moment he could have become Scorpion. Scorpion would have been in at least half the movie, not just less than a quarter of the movie.
Yeah.
And it was just right there.
they had it bookend. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
you wanted Sub-Zero and you wanted Scorpion. Okay, you're gonna have them before they're in the costumes. Now you're gonna have them actually in the costume.
They basically pulled a Jason Takes Manhattan.
Mm-hmm.
You have
Exactly.
Jason in the movie from almost the whole time, which is the Sub-Zero. Jason Takes Manhattan, which is the last little bit at the end, and that's where Scorpion is.
Yep. I did like the little nods to the games that you could tell
Mm-hmm.
like this is made by fans. So there's the one scene where we have Jax fights Sub-Zero, and if you look in the back, you will see the input command for Sub-Zero's ice ball.
Yep.
It's like there's Sub-Zero's ice ball right there. They knew what
there's
they were
a
doing.
there's a lot of stuff like that. There's a lot of stuff that I completely marked out on. My favorite was when Liu Kang's talking. They have them together, and he's talking about the tournament and talking about how they have to test their might.
Mm-hmm.
All we can do now is test your might. I almost lost it. The
It's
Kano,
like they're gonna drop like the subtle hints. I win, flawless victory.
that then there's when Kano hasn't found his is it Kanta?
We'll call it kata.
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 He hasn't basically hasn't discovered his laser eye power, and he just gets sweep kicked over and over and over again. I'm like, that's Mortal Kombat 2.
Yep, that's MK2 and MK1, right? And like that's cheap. Then he's screaming out. I was like, that's Mortal Kombat right there. It's a fan made that.
And when Shang Tsung sucked out, is it
Kung Lao.
Kung Lao's soul and goes, "Your soul is mine." It is so over the top and cheesy, just like Shang Tsung from the original movie.
Now I'm gonna say something controversial.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. I don't know the actor's name. All I know is that he was also in what was after Batman Begins, the one with the Joker.
The Dark Knight.
Yep. He's Lao in the Dark Knight. He's the guy that Batman goes to China and he.
Holy shit! Yes. Yeah.
He plays Shang Tsung,
mm-hmm.
and I'm thinking, okay, they got a younger actor to play Shang Tsung. Maybe he's more well known now in China, and you get that cross market appeal. Maybe he'll get physical. I was surprised he didn't really fight.
No.
So part of me is like, and Biscuit doesn't like that either. Biscuit, yep. I'm telling you.
Dixie.
Dixie. Is it Dixie and Biscuit? I forgot. Now they're both going.
You're close. Waffles and Dixie.
Waffles and Dixie. Oh my God, they're going at it. They're going crazy to me. But my thing is, I kind of wish it was Kerry Tagata. I think that's the original Shang Tsung that they got for the video game. I wish it would have been him because it would have made more sense. It was weird that they used a younger guy in Mortal Kombat 95 when in the video game it's an old man. So it would have been. It kind of would have worked. That he could have had the same guy in it, you know.
I agree. And that was weird with the first video game that it was a young guy because in the is it the second game? Yeah, in the second game
he gets the new body.
Yeah, and that's because he's entering the tournament. He's not like at the top. In the first movie, he's at the top. Should be the old Confucius looking guy.
Yeah. I mean, they could have had him in the second movie, and it's like now he's going to enter the tournament like that. So they need a younger actor to play him. But that's what I love in the new in Mortal Kombat 11 is you get to. I bought the pack just so I could play as him and hear his voice. It sounds so cool.
Another thing that was awesome with the new movie is a lot of the music drops it's a direct reference to the theme song from the first movie. In fact, was it the Immortals? They did like a remix for this movie. But it's only a few snippets, so there'll be a fight scene start, like even the last fight with Scorpion Sub-Zero. When it's starting to get going, all of a sudden you hear the dun, 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 and it stops. Yep. You hear another few keys or a few notes, and it's like, oh shit, that's the song. That's the freaking song.
They know that they gotta drop that big sexy hook on us because that's gonna get us. It's like, hey, you remember sneaking watching this movie? Here it goes. Dun, 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 dun. Like, there we go. We're gonna drop that hook on you.
And one thing that I was happy about with the movie, if my dogs will shut up for a minute.
Nope. I want to talk about it.
Really, Dixie? That's what you think? You didn't even see the movie. You were asleep. There was really only 2 scenes that, to me, relied too much on CGI for the gore, where it looked way too fake.
Yeah.
And that was when Goro got disemboweled.
Yes.
And this is not a spoiler because they have the clip all over the internet. Jax, when he crushes the guy's skull.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a shame because that fight is awesome. When he's punching the guy and you see the blood flying off, that's awesome. But then when he takes his 2 hands and crushes the guy's skull, it's like, okay, it looks like I'm playing Mortal Kombat 11 now.
Exactly.
And the Goro,
I don't know who the other guy was with the hammer. I forget. I don't know if it was an original character.
He is an original character. I want to say he's one of those. I think he's related to Shao Kahn. I think he's
because he's got a hammer too. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to say. I think it was Mortal Kombat 10. But he's one of those characters. He is a legit character. I think he was in 10. And
and they have the Devora. I don't know. No, Devora's the bug girl.
Mm-hmm.
In I will say something that I am, and they showed him in the trailer, so it's not going to be a spoiler. I am glad that we finally have Cabal in a goddamn Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
I was like, thank God.
and his costume's awesome. His voice is awesome, and they even have the connection with Kano.
Yep.
Just like in the game.
I was just like, thank you. This is like this is my payback from Armageddon. The 2 characters, I actually used Stryker and Cabal, both of them, and it's like, okay, those are going to be the characters that we're cutting out of the movie. Fuck you, Nick. Everybody uses the ninjas. Come on. I had my problems with the new movie, but it's still a decent time. It's worth the watching, I think.
I love the new movie. I was completely marking out over it. I thought it was great. All I kept thinking was my 11 or 12-year-old self would have loved for this to have come out, especially if it was the movie that came out after the 95 movie, because I do like the 95 movie a lot.
Got our blood, we got our guts.
Mm-hmm. And I just
get stabbed in the head. No, even like that beginning, that first 8 minutes, like, yep, this is rated R.
Oh, God. The only problem is I wish it was more like the first 8 minutes. I wish there was more fight scenes like that where, I mean, it was a straight up great martial arts fight scene, and then you had blood splattering everywhere.
I was reading online, the person said that you guys are cutting it close, and they said they had to cut back on it. They said they would have gotten an NC-17 rating, and they don't want that.
Okay. But like you said, I wish there was more fight scenes like that in an actual tournament. Because it's called Mortal Kombat. It's supposed to be the tournament.
And it's just like you guys are fragrantly dismissing the rules. This one guy's got no fucking arms now. What the hell's going on? There's no tournament. At least in the first movie there was a tournament, but that's the problem where they had the tournament and everybody's like, this is Enter the Dragon.
Yep. But that
I said Revenge of the Dragon. I apologize in the first one.
Enter the Dragon. Yeah, no, but that's exactly what you're saying. That's why I wish more fight scenes, more martial art fight scenes like the opening of the movie, but tournament based with the characters. Because some of the fight scenes, like when Jax fights the guy with the hammer, that's like not even 2 minutes long. It's so quick and short.
It's like, okay, Jax has new arms now. His arms work. Okay, great.
Yeah, and I was going to say, when he loses his arms was pretty cool with Sub-Zero. Another nod to the first movie was when Sub-Zero freezes the machine gun.
Yep.
And it's straight out of the first one when he freezes the handgun and it breaks off the tip.
Yep, and he watches the bullets fly because they shoot a shotgun at him this time, so it's multiple bullets. So they were like, okay, we can do a lot more with the ice effects now that we got CG now. So it's like, okay, that's... But it's basically everything that they've added on with more of the Mortal Kombat lore since the game came out.
Mm-hmm.
They've added a lot more than just like the simple text that MK1 had. Where talking about like the rival ninja clans is like, okay, that's been done before with Ninja Clan.
And what's nice with the new movie is if you're someone like me and you've only ever played like the first few games, you're not going to be completely lost with the movie.
Yep,
There are
exactly.
some, they do a lot of homage to the earlier games, the first movie, and also some homage to the more recent games. And a lot of that stuff's in the background. There's some characters and stuff you might not recognize if you haven't played a game
Yeah,
since
like I
Mortal
was
Kombat. Yeah, since Mortal Kombat 3, but it doesn't. It's not like you have to know who it is.
exactly, yeah. But hopefully, they were talking about that they want to do more movies if it takes
Mm-hmm.
off. And
I,
one person was saying that they want to do a standalone Johnny Cage movie.
mm-hmm.
And we all know that our Mr. Awesome, Mike the Miz, has repeatedly said he wants to be Johnny Cage.
Holy crap! He would be a perfect Johnny Cage. He is Johnny Cage.
Yeah, because he's a dick. That's why we love him.
Exactly. He's a dick who thinks he's a great actor, even though he's awful. What was he in? The Marine 4?
5 and 6 and 7.
Yep. But he still thinks he's an A-lister. He would be the perfect Johnny Cage.
So hopefully it does well. You can see it in theaters now, or see it on HBO Max.
Yep.
Give it a watch. Worth the watching is what Uncle Nick.
I'd say, yeah, definitely worth it.
Mm-hmm.